With transiting Saturn in Pisces comes the initiation of awakening to existential truths. The realignment of head and heart requires a great deal of purging. And with the attainment of greater self-awareness comes the need to relinquish our allegiance to the false structures, the destructive agendas that are anti-sisterhood and brotherhood. In a dog-eat-dog world, when the ego has run amok to exert its influence and power, we get caught up in the conditioning and programming. It is the purity of heart that speaks volumes and offers the greatest solace. To be human is to be at the mercy of social hyper-conditioning. At first comes the impressionable naivety, at the mercy of stronger wills, whether that's the ideologies of the past, or social biases, or deceptive voices of a generation. The entirety of the human journey entails the redemptive awakening, the initial awareness, and the ultimate cultivation of a meaningful life, one that's in harmony with the soul's higher purpose. Life is the greatest balancing act, and when the head and heart attain perfect alignment, only then do we claim our role as creators of manifest destiny and obtain a role in the salvation and fate of humanity. Reality is elusive. Saturn in Pisces asks us to awake to the innermost, to unleash the chains of the past and what was, so we can partake in the advancement of a higher earth consciousness, one that is all-encompassing and endlessly abundant. For most of us, the disillusionment will be excruciatingly disturbing to the ego mind. The ego delights in its distorted reality. But this initial process is crucial of uncovering the hidden layers of existence. To contribute constructively to human advancement is a holy grail in of itself. And being diligently sober is of extreme importance to remaining truth-centered in our future becoming. In the world of corruption, we have given unwavering faith to the powers that be, heavily compromised by the path of power. In their world, the narrative has long changed. It's no longer what's better for the whole of humanity. It's a battle of wills. With Saturn in Pisces, it becomes evident that the answer lies well within every individual to determine the fate of our world. To be human is to be innately indispensable and eventually transpire to the inner soul. It is so human nature to be caught up in the destructive narratives and lose sight of the innermost truth. But it's also part of our nature to be self-expansive and always have the privilege to commit the greatest turnaround. Saturn in Pisces is the beginning of events to unfold as Pluto further transitions into Aquarius. Slowly but surely the question becomes, how have we played devil's advocate? An individual can choose to be a force of chaos and destruction or a force for greater redemption. It's up to us to determine which path to follow and to grasp the nature of the overall call. By consciously fostering the expansion of the most progressive narrative, we're contributing to the healing of humankind on a wider scale. So, transiting Saturn is currently at the very beginning degrees of Pisces. To keep this video short and comprehensible, Saturn is the archetype of the inner teacher, the parent, our inner authority, that voice of conscience that knows better and has a better understanding of how society and humans should operate. When I'm making these videos, I'm hoping the people that come across it have some intermediate knowledge of astrology, because if I were to get into the deeper archetype of every planet, this video would be very long. So I do try to keep it surface level, and also if people are beginners, they can easily understand this very complex language that is astrology. But anyway, Saturn is in the sign of Neptune. Neptune is literally everything that Saturn is not. Saturn is the world of order and form and boundaries. Neptune and Pisces are literally the formless and the sometimes beautiful and the sometimes disturbingly chaotic. Neptune is the intuitive inner mind that does not need to rely on data and facts. Saturn is, the rational outer mind that likes hardcore facts. So when the sign of the formless and chaos comes in the planet of order and rules and boundaries, it's no wonder a lot of us are going to wake up to false truths and a different perspective of our world. We're going to pierce through the veil if we so choose. Saturn is going to dispel a lot of delusions. For those of us that are heavily Neptunian in our chart, meaning our personal planets are being aspected by Neptune, and those planets happen to be in the mutable signs of Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and Sagittarius, there will be lessons in how we have allowed our delusions to infiltrate the field of consciousness. This field of consciousness is like a channel of our thoughts. If a group of people are at a similar point in evolution, and they're at the same level of vibration, they are privy to each other's frequency of thought. Why are so many kids recruited in hate groups? And some of us are wondering, how the hell did that even happen? How can someone harbor so much hatred for another human for the most inconceivable of reasons? Some of us can't wrap our heads around it. People with Mercury in aspect to Neptune are not only deceptive, but they can easily be deceived and brainwashed. In principle, those that don't have Mercury aspecting Neptune have stronger minds, while those with Mercury and Neptune need a little bit more of a barrier. That's why astrology should be taught in school. It is the greatest tool for self-awareness and understanding. Not offering it in school is literally like one of the greatest crimes against humanity. There's a surprising number of prominent figures with Neptune in aspect to their Mercury, and they're literally known for lying or being deceptive in one way or another. Figures like Alex Jones with Mercury in Pisces squaring Neptune in Sagittarius. Both Donald Trump and Putin also have Neptune in aspect to Mercury. Mercury in any aspect to Neptune gives the native a tendency to be very deceptive. These people have a charismatic and inspiring way of speech. It's just a shame they don't have pure hearts for the whole of humanity, because they could have used that innate talent to uplift society and actually be a great instrument for change. But yeah, I don't want this video to get too long, but Saturn is going to dispel a lot of delusions in all areas of life. Maybe we had too much faith in the economy or just the corporations we slave for. There could be a lot of truths that come to resurface. Aquarius and Pisces are the very last signs, and they have a great deal to do with society and the collective. So there will be a lot of dismantling of structures that no longer serve. And because Pluto won't fully enter Aquarius till 2024, the final outcome might not be so evident for quite some time.